recently got a message on Facebook asking me about private lending and lending from your IRA, and the person said that they want to do private money loans from their IRA, but they're struggling with trying to figure out how to trust the borrower. So let me just make sure I'm reading the message correctly. It says, my business partner and I are looking to do private loans, but we need to know that we can trust the people we are lending to. Now, I found this interesting because I understand that desire to feel comfortable in terms of who you're lending to and feel like you can trust that they'll do the right thing and pay you back and all those things. Sounds good, right? Now, my response though maybe was a little unexpected, and I said, I'm just gonna read to you what I said and then I'll elaborate on it. I said, personally, I don't necessarily trust the people that I lend to. I put more of my energy towards doing my due diligence and securing my investment because, trust or not, things can still go wrong. It is a benefit to trust them, definitely, but it's not a requirement. Trust more in your due diligence and in your collateral. Now, what did I mean by that? So there's only so much trust you're gonna have when you're giving your money away, no matter who it is. I mean, if you're loaning out $50,000, $100,000, you're not really gonna trust that they're gonna pay you back. You are probably gonna be terrified, especially the first time you do it. And if you are even lending with smaller amounts, like if that amount represents something big to you because maybe it took you a long time to save that, or that's just a big portion of your funds, you're not gonna feel good about it. You're gonna feel uneasy. You're not gonna necessarily trust the person you're lending to, and that's fine. What you do wanna trust in is yourself and your ability to evaluate this transaction, evaluate this borrower, and evaluate the collateral that you're using. So now let's say you do trust the person, that's fine. If you trust this entity or this person you're lending to, that's actually great. And I love that for you, but don't let that be the thing that you rely on to make this move forward. You know, it should be your processes, your underwriting, your due diligence. These are the things you want to put your trust in, okay? Put your trust in systems, you know, make sure that you have all the information you need to make an informed decision. Trust in your mentors, your resources, your community, you know, work with other lenders in your community to vet this deal and this transaction and this entity or person together, you know. Trust in that. They have no stake in this, you know, they have no reason to lean one way or another. They're there to support you. Trust in documentation, making sure that you can rely on the documentation provided. Trust in the software you use to evaluate this borrower and to evaluate the collateral. Trust in, if you're in real estate, trust in that appraisal, okay? Trust in your comps that you find. That's where your trust should be. You don't need to necessarily trust the person. Now, I'm not saying you should lend to someone you don't trust. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. If you have a feeling about this person or this entity, and it's just that gut feeling that I just feel like this is a bad person, I don't trust them, you should probably not do that. You should move on. Why are you even still talking to them? But if you feel maybe indifferent or you're not totally sure, you feel a little uneasy, that's probably normal. I mean, I felt crazy when I gave out my first loan, and it was actually a person I trusted. But I was just thinking, like, what if I trust them and something bad just happens, you know, that's completely out of their control? That's what you should be thinking about. How can I protect myself if something just goes completely wrong, out of their control, out of my control? What measures can I put in place? What kind of insurance policies can I take out to help me here? You know, how can I make sure that the loan to value is appropriate to protect my interests? You know, these are the types of things that you want to think about, not necessarily trusting that the borrower is going to pay you back. So I hope that helped you. If you feel a little uneasy, That's normal in your first few loans. Feel free to reach out. We have a very supportive community that can help you vet these transactions and these potential deals. Not every transaction that is brought to you is a deal. Some of them are just transactions. Some of them are people trying to get over on you. So definitely lean on your community of other private lenders to help you out. We have weekly office hours. We go over people's proposed transactions together. We have skill of the week. We have resources. So definitely lean on other people. If you're feeling like, I don't know if I want to move forward with this, they can help you at least make sure you're putting other things in place to protect your money and your other assets in the process.